I partnered with Line Cover to show you their trifold hardcover for the Ford F-150. Now this is for model years 2015 to 2025. This model right here is for the 5.5-foot bed model, but they do have other sizes. I always like to do inventory, so here's everything inside the box. Of course, you get your user manual, which was very handy. Then you get your weather stripper, and they also included a little light. Next, you get the box that has all your clamps, screws, and other bits, and then these are the panels themselves. As you can see, these are very large but very high quality. This is everything you get inside of the box. You won't need any other tools to assemble this to put this onto your truck. Following along with the instructions, we cleaned the bed liner and then we carefully put the weather stripper on to the back. This is very important. This is what's going to keep the water out of your truck bed, so you really want to make sure you get this on right, which we did. My buddy measured twice and cut once, but he really did a good job putting that on. And now the next step in the process is we have to put the actual tri-fold hard panel on top. Once again, you want to make sure you line this up really good, because after this you're going to be tightening it on with the screws, so you got to make sure this is on straight. And once again, my buddy was very thorough, so we measured this out until everything was perfect. He was extremely satisfied with exactly what we were doing, so we moved on to the next part, which was putting the clamps on. And this is your first real good look of how amazing this bed cover will look on your truck. But first, we got to clamp this thing down, because look at all this space we have here. So let me show you how this goes. You're going to take the clamp, then you're going to take the screw piece, and the wing nut is going to tie it all together. That's going to be the last piece. Now, let's put it together. So now you're going to take your clamp and thread it through the bolt like this, and attach it to the side of your truck. Next, you're going to attach the next piece and tighten that on. Get that nice and tight. And don't worry about damaging your truck, because it won't. Just a nice hard piece of plastic. The last piece is the wing nut. As I said, this is going to tie it all together. Get that nice and tight, and it should look like this. And you're going to repeat on the other side. Now, this part right here is a critical mistake that we made that I want to include. We put these on pretty fast, but we missed a very critical piece. This hole right here is supposed to go through this pipe, which we missed, so we had to undo all of these. So the 20-minute process turned into a bit longer. So make sure you put that hole inside of the bolt, and then also line up the bolt with the screw. The thread, should I say. And then once you tighten it on, it should go on really easy. Now this is so that when you're tightening it onto your truck, that it will be able to access the quick release bolts. When we were trying to do this, we couldn't get the quick release bolts to go through, and we couldn't understand, and that was the culprit. As you can see, it'll pop right in. Now I'm going to show you another angle of how this really attaches down to your truck. As you can see, that is a very tight fit right there as we put the quick release bolt through. Once again, this is an amazing fit. Nothing is going to be very hard to get into this. It's a very nice fit. As I said, everything is clamped down, and I think it looks amazing. Wait till you see the final results. On the inside, is going to look like this. It's going to be a bolt and 2 clamps on each side, as you see. A bolt and 2 clamps, and then a bolt and 2 clamps over here. My buddy was so happy with the results, he decided to give it the ultimate test. Now this is rated for 350 pounds. He's about 215. So yes, it is solid, and he was extremely happy. And how could you not be, especially with results like this? So if you have a Ford F-150 between 2015 and 2025 and you've been thinking about getting a hardcover for it, well, now you know what it looks like. You know how to put it on. So the last step is for you to pull the trigger. But for me, it's highly recommended.